gave up 6 goals to Jeff City Helias, losing that game 6-5. And I talked to Coach Longo and Randy Struck, the assistant coach, and they were saying they maybe didn't give up 6 goals all last year. So definitely they worked out some kinks and problems. They tied Quincy High the next game 0-0, and then they've been on a roll ever since.
Yeah, it's been a transition. Raby's just a freshman, kind of learning her way at the varsity level all in 1 year at the back end.
Correct, and her sister, has been through this and had a good career at Quincy Notre Dame. But when you step in as a freshman, you have those big shoes to fill after Little left and went on to college. Those are tough shoes, and they're expected to come in and do well right off the bat. And she's done a good job, and especially after the first few games.
If inexperience has been the rule for the Lady Raiders, it's been experience at the back end for the Lady Devils. Alex Boyd's a 5'3" senior. Now, most coaches will tell you they want a tall goalkeeper with a big wingspan, but at 5'3", Alex Boyd has been a rock for him.
Yeah, she's played well. In that first game, she made a really good diving save to her right to keep the 0-0 shutout. So she's going to be tested tonight, windy conditions, and also Notre Dame likes to send those balls in off set pieces, corner kicks, especially to Jordan Frerichs, and so Alex Boyd will have a day where she's going to be counted on to make some big saves and make some saves on some balls across in the air.
And we should point out that the Blue Devils are playing without Jordan Eisenberg and without Haley McNay tonight.
Yeah, and that's going to be a big loss for the Devils. Kaylee Kuhlman and also Emily Stolberg, who got a goal in their last game against the team from Iowa. They need to step up, and that's where you'll probably see most of the attack coming from Quincy High.
And plenty of attacking by the name of Jordan Frerichs. Frerichs is a multi-sport star. She's already signed at the University of Missouri to play Division I basketball in the SEC next year. But at 6'3" and graceful, she covers a lot of ground in a hurry, as she is efficient when she touches the ball. It leads to a lot of scoring.
Yeah, she's a handful. On the set pieces we talked about, every ball that's played is slided up there with the intent to have her on the end of it. And she's just a tough matchup for any team. And so a lot of teams have tried to double, even triple team her, try to be physical with her, but she'll just jump over you. And very good in the air, but she's very good even on the ground. She can outrun. She's a lot faster than people give her credit. Have a big stride, and this year has really been finishing a lot of her chances.
The starters in front of Alex Boyd for the Blue Devils: Madison Comic, Stephanie Venverlo, Margie Garkey, Nicole Carmen, Kaylee Coleman, Morgan Fox, Taylor Eisenberg, Emily Stoltenberg, Caleb Bunch, and Paige Abel. We'll take a final timeout and return with our opening kickoff next on QuincyJournal.com.
Today at Traders T&T Yamaha, 930 Main Quincy, where our name really does mean a great deal.
It's back. The Right Furniture 10 event. Recliners, $169. Dining room chairs, $25. Sealy queen sets, only $295. Black steel sofa and chair sets, slashed to only $545. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday only. Rain or shine, be there.
Why don't others offer zero-turn riders with steering wheel control and four-wheel steering? Who else puts electronic power steering in lawn and garden tractors? How many others deliver the beautiful Cub Cadet signature cut? Prove to yourself what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice. Take a test drive at your local dealer. There's no better time to get a Cub Cadet with smart financing options and incredible deals. Visit your local dealer today to see what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice.
Imagine your world without glasses or contacts. Discover what LASIK can do for you. Call IAC for your free LASIK consultation. LASIK, your vision is our focus. International Eye Care Center.
I guess we better be good then.
So what is the more in Doors and More?
Sunrooms! Stop the mosquitoes and their winged and crawling friends with your SunSpace 3-season sunroom from Doors & More. The telescoping 4-track window system allows you to convert your existing screen porch into a 3-season room and enjoy the outdoors regardless of...
I'm not used to having somebody else tell me when I'm on and when I'm not. I'm used to being the technical director and the lead.
Free no obligation quote at 22 Doors or come see our beautiful showroom on South 36th Street. Doors & More. What's the more? Windows!
You're looking live at Quincy Notre Dame's pitch as the crosstown derby between the Lady Raiders of QND and Notre Dame, or I should say, and Quincy High, is about to kick off. I'm Sean Seacrease along with Mark Thomas. And Mark, we went over the starters for Coach Dave Keller's Blue Devils. Let's quickly give you the starters in front of Julie Ravy, the freshman keeper, for Coach Mark Longo's QND Lady Raiders. Shelby Ulrich, Hannah Cobb, it'll be Riley Hubbard, Erica Obert, Laura Valkamp, Jordan Frericks, Abby Graw, Adriel Markway, Cassidy Foley, and Carrie Ann Steinbrecher tonight to start on the pitch. We are underway, and it'll be Notre Dame moving left to right with the Blue Devils moving right to left. The pitch is a little choppy at this point in the year. You can see the patchy grass. You had a chance to go out there before the match got started, Mark. How bad is it, and how is it going to affect the passing tonight?
Well, it is choppy, Sean. And basically, where the football lines would be, that's where it's the worst, and then also in the middle of the field. So, you see probably a lot of balls that'll be flying over the top, looking to have those forwards that are dangerous for Notre Dame run onto them. So, but it could cause a mix-up too in the back, and somebody could have an advantage that way.
Yeah, be opportunistic when that ball starts bouncing around inside the attack zone.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's and as a forward, you can take those chances. Defensively, you got to be very careful back there and make sure you clear balls and win balls before they have a chance to bounce awry.
It'll be two 40-minute halves tonight. The Blue Devils come into this one at 6-5-2, while Notre Dame is 9-1-1. Early possession deep into the Raiders' end of the pitch. Quick throw in for the Blue Devils on the far side. Blue Devils are just looking for some offense at this point in the year, trying to find some rhythm. Notre Dame has been anything but out of rhythm since early in the season. They took a lopsided loss in the first game of the year, then were tied 0-0 in the first matchup between these two teams back in the first week of April. Since then, it's been a 9-0 run for the Lady Raiders, and offense has been their calling card. Lady Raiders tried to move it up right through the middle of the pitch, dispossessed now, running along the far side is Eisenberg for the Blue Devils. Eisenberg makes the Lady Raiders take it down off the pass on the far side. They'll be looking to cross to the near side as this umbrella defense behind them works on the far side with Carrie Ann Steinbrecher, the junior. The junior trying to move it up that far side wing, right underneath the scoreboard now at midfield. We are scoreless here in the early going. A whistle on the field, push in the back against Notre Dame, and it'll be a dead ball restart coming up for the Blue Devils.
This is something Quincy High has to take advantage, Sean. Getting the chance you'll see them line up here at midfield and try to drive this ball. It is against the wind, but they'll try to get some balls into the box here against Quincy Notre Dame.
Early on, the Blue Devils have been able to force the possession into Notre Dame's side of the field. Notre Dame wants to play it square to the near side and try to start the attack up the wing. Notre Dame trying to run out for Frericks. Now she'll get the throw in right in front of us at midfield. The official will back her up. It's bad enough when a normal-sized person tries to cheat up the field, but when Frericks does, it's easier to catch.
Yeah, for sure. Her being 6'3".
The attack on the near side to Cassidy Foley. Foley on the left foot tries the short corner, and that'll be knocked down by the veteran goalkeeper Boyd. Boyd just sitting on that short post, and why not when no one ready to run on the backside?
Yeah, Cassidy's going to be a handful up there. She cuts the ball really well, has good speed, dribbles well, and was looking to hit one there to the near post, but Boyd there in the challenge.
I guess the question is tactics tonight. How much do these head coaches want to get extra attackers forward, especially in the early going? They may give you some passing lanes to give some attacking angles around the front of the net, but it could also compromise you on the counterattack. On the left foot, backside post, and it's into the far side corner on a quick shot from Cassidy Foley. Foley didn't have to look for anyone else that time, Mark. She just kept it herself and found the back post as the keeper, Boyd, was once again sitting on the short post.
Yeah, you talked about formations, and Notre Dame's in their 4-3-3 with Cassidy Foley drove one in and got cleared, and then a missed clearance by Quincy High School gave the ball right to Cassidy Foley, beat one player, then they hit a good low ball to the far post and just out of the diving reach of Boyd, and 1-0 Quincy Notre Dame.
Well, for Quincy Notre Dame and Cassidy Foley, that's her 17th goal to go along with 12 assists this season. She has 3 goals more now than Jordan Frericks. Foley with 17th here in the 3rd minute of the match. So Notre Dame breaks on top 1-0 and keeps their momentum going that they've developed over this 9-game win streak, frankly.
Yeah, they've really played well as far as jumping on opponents, and you can see it tonight. They're really trying to go forward and push the attack, and they did that on the last 2 chances, the last one resulting in a goal.
Maybe I was a little bit too skeptical of the tactics of Coach Longo trying to get forward for Notre Dame, because when Foley and Frericks go forward, they're like a multi-man break on their own.
Yeah, even if you want to call it hockey, odd-man rushes. I mean, even if they're 2-on-4, and with Hannah Cobb, she's playing the third forward, they feel like if they can get especially Frericks and Foley secluded even 1-on-2, they have good chances there. They like those chances. 1-on-1's even better, but they'll take the numbers down situations with those 2 players. So they're a matchup nightmare for teams.
Pulled down in the middle by Steinbrecher, now out of bounds on the near side, feed it up to Frericks along the near side wing, and her cross attempt spirals out of bounds beyond the goal line. It'll be a goal kick coming up for the Blue Devils. The Blue Devils, they're going to have to get it forward. Stoltberg will be one of the targets up front, the 5'10 senior. And we mentioned at the outset, Eisenberg and McNay, both sidelined for this rematch tonight. And that's going to take some offensive potential off the board for them. And the first matchup ended in a 0-0 tie, so both teams looking for some offense. Notre Dame just found it early.
Yeah, that first matchup, Jordan Eisenberg was a key part of that playing the midfield. They do a lot of their work through the midfield through Jordan, so that's a key person to miss along with Haley McNay. So Kuhlman, Caleb Bunch, and Emily Stolberg, who you talked about, they're going to have to carry the load here to get some attack going for Quincy High.
Looks like the official has an illegal throw-in on the far side, and that'll give possession to the Blue Devils. Blue Devils into head-to-toe blue with the white piping on the sides and the white numbers on their backs to go along with the white bumblebee stripes on the socks. Blue Devils retreating quickly as they cleared away with Carmen, the junior 5'5 sweeper back. Raiders have it on the far side. Quick throw in. They're looking for a turnaround with Cobb. Cobb launches it to the backside, and no one's home to knock it in. Cobb had it over the head of Boyd, and just a late read on the backside. Foley and Frericks both making that run, but we talked about this ground being quick, being wet. That one just careened out before they had to corral it.
Yeah, and then you have the wind, too, and Notre Dame's playing with the wind, so that ball almost curled in behind Boyd, and Abby Groh was trying to get to that back post to head in, but just couldn't get there before it went out of bounds.
So the Blue Devils rocked back on their heels in the early moments here. We're just 7 minutes in, 1-0. Notre Dame on the goal by Foley, her 17th of the year in the 3rd minute. She just came up the right flank and was able to take it to the backside post. Left foot curl as Steinbrecher looks to get it to the middle of the pitch. That's going to be picked off by Eisenberg for the Blue Devils. Eisenberg wants to roll it far side. She's looking for the foot of Kalman. Kalman's a 5'4 sophomore midfielder. She tracks all the way to the far side but runs out of room. That gives it back to Notre Dame. Notre Dame being patient along the far side sideline. Now, in soccer, there's really so much time, Mark, that there's no reason to panic. You give up an early goal. We still have 32 minutes left in this first half.
Correct. And, I mean, Coach Dean Keller would tell you the same thing. I mean, he wants to, get his troops kind of readjusted, make sure you don't give up another quick one, and make sure we're safe in the back, and see if we can get something going here like they just did.
A long, wild shot came off the foot of Kalman. And it was just an easy scamper to the sideline for Julie Raby. Raby, the freshman goalkeeper for Notre Dame. 3 shutouts to her credit. It'll be a goal kick coming up for Notre Dame. They're moving left to right while the Blue Devils move right to left. It's a short kick that's shanked toward the middle. That's going to send Erica Obert just careening through that match right in the middle of the pitch. And she got ankle to ankle and hip to hip with the Blue Devil attacker.
Yeah, Erica, her sisters have played here throughout their careers, and they work hard, do a lot of hard work in that midfield, and she went up and looked like the Quincy High player there.
I believe it was Carmen getting forward.
Yeah.
They got together and really got locked up.
this is another set piece that Quincy High is going to have to take advantage of, especially with Eisenberg out.
Common over the top with the right foot. She feeds it into the penalty box mark. That's going to be knocked away by the Lady Raiders and right off the penalty shot mark. That was a dangerous ball for the Blue Devils. Now, Lady Raiders have the counterattack. Streaming up the far side, it's Cassidy Foley. She had the goal of the 4th minute. She's on the left foot, chips the keeper, and it's going to go over the crossbar and out of bounds.
Well, we talked there about how Frericks and Foley impact the game, and on one end, Frericks clears the ball on the dangerous ball that was played in the box, and Notre Dame quickly counterattacks with the speed of Cassidy Foley, and when she went to shoot that, just kind of bounced up on this field, and she hit it over. But Jordan Frericks doing a great job of clearing the ball there.
Now Steele on the far side. She's going to lay it across the middle, does Foley, and an easy save to lay out and cut off the low end for Boyd. Boyd's left her feet a lot early tonight. Do you think that means she's not comfortable in the box, or is she just reading it and getting down to make a smothering save?
Well, I think she wants to try to be as sure as possible, especially with this field and as bumpy it is. They play on field turf where you get a true bounce every time. Here, you really don't know what's going to happen on any balls that are hit low and on the ground, and plus with the wind there. Going against it, that the balls are flied in from Quincy Notre Dame. So I think she just wants to be sure-handed and make sure she makes the save and doesn't give up any rebounds.
Out of bounds here, throw in for Notre Dame. That's going to be picked off by Morgan Fox of the Blue Devils. Fox wants to take it in the middle of the field, try a quick turnaround for Seek just into the game. Her turn to the middle is going to be picked off by the Raiders. Carrie Ann Steinbrecher takes it up the far side. In pursuit, that's Foley. Foley going to be quickly moved around by that right wing back for the Blue Devils. Blue Devils, they've been content to kind of attack wherever the Raiders have left the ball. So the Blue Devils, Mark, are just counterattacking from wherever Notre Dame's attack ends. Do they have to start dictating play out of the back more here in order to take some momentum back? Because the Blue Devils have been back on their heels while the Raiders have dictated possession through the first 10 minutes.
Correct. Well, Quincy High would like to play more balls to feet and try to pass the ball like they did in the first game where they've linked up some. It's a little tough on this field because of the ball bouncing all over the place to do that. But if they can do that, they can get some chances, I think. But there just hasn't been that ability so far tonight much.
Long shot by Stolberg in, doesn't give Rady any trouble. That's the first shot on goal tonight for the Blue Devils. Each team one shot on goal, and Raiders leading this one 1-0 on the goal from Cassidy Foley in the 3rd minute. Just about 28 minutes to go in the first half. We're at Notre Dame. Thanks for joining us for the maiden voyage on QuincyJournal.com. I'm Sean Seacrease along with Mark Thomas. The entire golf clan producing tonight. Bob, the director. Alex, cameraman number 1. Lady Raiders on the attack on the near side. Going down, and that's going to be a quick foul. That draws Cobb down to her knees, and she's going to get up and run to the corner, try to give Frericks somewhere to go with the ball. Frericks looks middle. Can't make the link there with her intended target, Abby Graw. Instead, it'll be played square on the far side. Raiders taking the body early. Aggressive move from Valkamp as she wanted to clear out some space.
Yeah, that's how Valkamp plays. I played with her uncles and her dad, so very physical and wanted. That's what she's asked to do out on that wing, and Notre Dame stepping up into the Quincy High zone and have earned a free kick here. So dangerous spot here. Cassidy Foley will get over this, should be direct, and I'd look for her to shoot this ball.
That looked like Carm in the back coming up and taking the body, and too physical. And lucky for the Blue Devils, this is just outside the box. So the Raiders will step over. Blue Devils will put up the wall. It looks like a 4-man wall right now. As this is better than a penalty shot being awarded if you're the Blue Devils, but this is still a very dangerous set piece.
Yeah,
and the Raiders already up 1-0. Direct shot hits the wall off the right foot attempt. Second attempt is no good, down into the wall, and Foley didn't make as much out of that as she would have liked.
No, she hit it well, just hit it right at the wall. The wall did their job, but I think if she had that back, she probably would have liked to hit it to the space just to the left of the wall and made the goalkeeper Boyd make that save.
Blue Devils running over the top of it right now and giving extra possessions to QND. Frericks tries to turn the corner, keeps it in, now rolls out of bounds on the near side, and Frericks upset with herself as she was under a little pressure from Taylor Eisenberg. Eisenberg. She has the tall task of containing this right side wing for the Raiders early. We've seen Foley try her early. We've seen Frerichs try her early. We've seen Steinbrecher try her early. It seems like Coach Longo wants his Lady Raiders to attack down this right side wing.
Yeah, they're playing 3 forwards, and those forwards can move diagonally across the field. And so you saw Foley over here on the right side when she got her goal. Now you have Frerichs earlier was the freshman Cobb, and so that's a tough matchup when those forwards are mixing and matching from side to side across the field.
1-0 Notre Dame on top. 26 minutes to go, first half. We're at Notre Dame. People might be thinking, as we talk about the difference between home and away, how different can it be? You're playing in Quincy. It's not a true road game. Well, in soccer, home and away matters when you talk about the playing surface, how long it is, how wide it is. There's not a uniform playing surface at the high school level in the state of Illinois. And in the case of the Blue Devils and the Raiders, you talk about natural surface that requires a lot of attention versus a pitch-perfect field turf every time out. And it really leads to a huge dichotomy in how the game is played.
No, for sure. I mean, when you're playing on field turf, irregardless of what position you play, you're always getting a true bounce. It's easier to pass the ball, easier to finish your chances on goal. For a goalkeeper, you don't have to worry about the ball hitting something or bouncing awry. So it definitely does make a difference. Every player wants to play on the nicest field possible because it makes the game a lot easier. Both teams, the good thing about it is they're dealing with the same issues. So it's kind of who kind of overcomes them and transitions the best.
Ball being knocked around right in the center of the field as neither team's able to get a lot of possession going at the moment. We talked about actual surface type, Mark, but talk about how, as a player, the actual size of the field, which is not uniform in the state of Illinois, how it changes the game based on length and width.
Correct. I mean, and the more talented, better teams always would like to play on the biggest, nicest fields. If you're playing on a smaller, shorter field, a team that's not as talented can stay in the game a little bit longer, can do some things tactically to affect things. It's just more crowded, so you can't put things together and pass the ball. I know when I played in high school, and for example, we'd play at Jacksonville, and I think we'd beat them 1-0, 2-0. We'd play them at Flynn Stadium at the time, and we'd win 7-8-0, and that's a difference a field can make. It's not like you're trying less hard or anything like that. It's just sometimes it's an equalizer.
Maybe you just had a bad day in the away game.
Yeah, that's possible too, but we doubt that.
Lady Raiders on the attack down the near side, getting ready to throw it in with Frerichs. Sunny is starting to set just to our west. That's going to be just across the pitch from us. We're on the east side, and Lady Raiders defending the north end, moving north to south. Here's a head ball to the back door, a little bit out toward the top, and that's going to be a setup touch coming down the wing from Marcola. Marcola trying just to lay it off to the far side to Hubbard.
It was a good idea by Hannah Marcola, trying to pass that ball inside the box to Hummert, and just Hummert couldn't turn with that ball to get a shot. But a good idea by Marcola.
Nearly halfway through this first half at QuincyJournal.com. We'll have second half for you right after a quick halftime summary of our stats. So far, 3 shots on goal for each team, or 3 shots for each team, just 1 on goal for Notre Dame, but they put it in the back of the net, while the Blue Devils have put 2 shots on goal and a couple of saves by Julie Reagan, the freshman keeper for Notre Dame, has kept this a 1-0 lead for QND. Now near trip on the far side, Foley is down. She's getting up rather slowly, and some hard fouls now both at the edge of the box and out toward center are going toward the attack again for Notre Dame. Either one of those could have been called, but the middle official elected to wait until what I thought was the third hard contact on the play to stop the flow.
Correct. And gives Notre Dame a free kick, not as dangerous as the one before, but they'll be looking to flight this ball into Jordan Frerichs in her 6'3" frame.
Going to be chopped to the backside post. To Frericks, her left foot touch. It's bobbled and knocked away. Jordan's there all alone. Frericks can't get much on it, and a leaping save by Boyd as she keeps this a 1-0 game. Well, Boyd has only herself to blame. She mishandled the first shot, and she had to make a scrambling save on the second shot that Frericks couldn't get much on.
Yeah, and we talked about the field conditions, and Jordan just redirected that free kick, and Boyd made the initial save, and it looked like the ball kind of took a hop to her right, spun off her hand, and she was just about to go in the goal, and she dove and swatted it back, and then made the second save that Jordan shot. So a good job by Boyd cleaning up kind of her own mess. And we mentioned that at the beginning of the game. Jordan Frericks a big target for Notre Dame, and they'll be trying to find her all game long.
1-0 lead for Notre Dame. We're halfway through the first half on QuincyJournal.com. Sean Seacrest, Mark Thomas, Bob Goff producing tonight. This is our maiden voyage, and if you found us at QuincyJournal.com, we thank you for coming along with us. If you see or hear anything that you might notice could be improved, I believe you can make a comment in the comment section, and you can help us along the way as we get our technical game up to shape. We appreciate the Raiders hosting us tonight and allowing us to begin our video coverage online of various sports here at QuincyJournal.com. We look forward to bringing you a lot of coverage this fall as we kind of work through this new feature online at QuincyJournal.com over the coming months. Lady Raiders with the 1-0 lead, and the Blue Devils from the far side corner ready to put it back into action. Paige Abel, the senior, sends it upfield. She's looking for a connection at midfield. Mark, when the Blue Devils have been in the offensive third so far tonight, they've really been kind of one touch and done. They haven't been able to play any ball square like the Raiders are doing now. Frericks tries to step in and get around the defense of Garkey, and now it'll be played back on the near side wing into the feet of Sarah Arnold. Arnold trying to get it up to Frericks. Frericks gets knocked over. You don't see that very often. And the Blue Devils not backing away from physical play early. A message being sent here by the Blue Devils as they have stepped up and taken the body against the Raiders here in the first 20 minutes of this game.
Yeah, I think that's something they have to do. They got to be physical. They got to be tight on the marks, even though it's a tough matchup with Foley and Frericks. They got to be tighter on the marks and really defend as kind of in groups of 2 and 3. And they may still get beat, but it's something they got to do defensively. The last 2 or 3 times Notre Dame came up, they seem to do that.
Frericks with a touch along the near side, plays it square into the middle, looking for Lewis. Lewis runs over the top of it to Steinbrecher, feeds it with the left foot, tries to go for the near side post, and it's an easy save for Boyd. Boyd has it, looks downfield, marshals the blue-clad troops of the Blue Devils, and they continue to run into trouble as they try to link up through the midfield. This midfield for the Raiders has been extremely active and got a lot of touches, and they've taken away the momentum that the Blue Devils are trying to build through the middle.
Yeah, they've done a good job, Quincy Notre Dame, pushing forward as a team, and those midfielders winning those balls that get flighted out, whether it's by a goalkeeper or a goal kick or that just get cleared out, and then Notre Dame comes back right at them, just like they're doing right now. So trying to get it in Quincy High's defensive end as quick as possible and take advantage of their matchups.
Quick clearing attempt by Carmen for the Blue Devils as she sends it into the far side corner. That is going to be short of the corner post, and so it'll be a throw-in for the Raiders. Raiders will send Jordan Frericks all the way across the field to take the throw. And this is going to put a lot of pressure on the defense. They might relax for a moment and say, okay, we're not going to have to go guard her in the air lane, but she's going to be able to whip this ball in deep.
They do a long throw, they bring Steinbrecher up, and they look for a flick on, and so, as you can see, it creates a chance for Quincy Notre Dame.
Loose in the box, Lewis can't get there. Now on the backside, Raiders pressuring. Quick sweep away by Stolberg. And onto the near side, the touch by Bunch. Bunch trying to clear it up. Now it's out of bounds. Touch flash by Notre Dame. Bunch on the run. Works to work it up the near side wing. Kuhlman on a little flick to herself. She's hit behind the defense of Ulrich. Kuhlman's going to be taken down. And this is going to be a restart for the Blue Devils. That's a professional foul by Shelby Ulrich.
Yeah, I think it's a good foul. Stop the momentum, and Quincy High's going to have a dangerous free kick here. And this is something they have to take advantage of. They've had a couple of these, and the last one was slided well in there that Frericks had to clear. So this will be another opportunity for the Blue Devils.
Over the top of the ball is Cowman. They bring the sophomore forward. Off the right foot, she puts him in motion. Looking to the back post. It's going to come up a little bit short of where she wanted it. I think she took a divot out of the pitch with her when she went to serve that.
Yeah,
knocked away by the Raiders. Now the Blue Devils want to get it back on the foot of Morgan Fox. Fox wants to feed it up the near side wing. Instead of playing it off to Stoltenberg, she wants to go into the middle and look for Garkey. To the far side, back to the middle of the pitch now. Missed header by Fox. And that's going to give Frericks a chance to clear it away for the Raiders.
Yeah, Quincy Hyde did a little bit better job, coming forward, and you just got to be careful about the counterattack once Quincy Notre Dame comes out, trying to spring, Hannah Cobb and also Foley and Frericks up front.
1-0, Notre Dame on top, 9-1-1 on the season for the Raiders of QND. They lost their first game of the year, tied the Blue Devils in their second, and have been on a 9-0 run since. I could hear you thinking, Sean Mark, who would have the personnel to take this team down? Well, Jeff City Elias beat him 6-5, and that was a game in which Notre Dame was struggling, obviously, with its defense. You give up 6. Here's a quick attempt by the Blue Devils, and that comes up just short of the near side post.
Yeah, much better opportunity for Quincy Hyde, linking up a couple passes, and Caleb Bunch just hit a volley wide to the left, but a little bit better the last 2 or 3 minutes from the Devils.
So the Blue Devils looking to pull even with just over 15 minutes to go in the first half. Goal kick coming up for the Raiders. This Raider team has a bullseye on its back whenever it plays this year. Undefeated, 28-0 last year, winning the state title for the second time in 3 years under Coach Longo. This is a much different team, though, this year. It's a team, even with the 17 goals for Foley and 14 goals for Frericks, that lacks the firepower they had over the last couple of years. Flighted into the short side post, and a nice running save by Raby. She takes away any developing chance for the Blue Devils, and that's the point I was alluding to earlier, Mark. When the Blue Devils get into the offensive third and start to look dangerous, it seems like they're one touch on goal as opposed to a square ball or a ball that's played across into a dangerous area.
Yeah, I think they're, with the field conditions, I think they're trying to get some shots on goal from distance and test Julie Raby, but you talk about Notre Dame and being a marked person type of thing, and losing the firepower they lost last year, and not just scoring wise, but the veteran leadership and winning the 3 titles in the 3 women's sports, and so I think they always feel like they have something to prove, and tonight's no different, and looking to take care of things. So.
Now the centerman has taken time on his wrist. That'll stop the clock at 14:15, and he's looking over Cassidy Foley. I don't know if it was an equipment issue or if they were worried that she may have had blood on the uniform, that she's gotten the okay. Ball's dangerous. There's Foley on the left foot, pokes it to the corner, and it'll be a quick save for Boyd. Boyd had that read well, and she was positioned very well on the backside as the Raiders were dangerous inside the box.
Yeah, it's off that long throw we talked about from Jordan Frericks and Steinbrecher is coming up there, flicking that ball on, and got an opportunity from Cassidy. I'm sure if she had that back, she wishes she would have put it in the corner rather than right at Boyd.
Well, as a goal scorer yourself, talk about that opportunity. You're inside the box. You're squared up. They make so much about getting, maybe getting good pace on the ball, putting it where you want to. Well, that gives the goaltender a chance to read it too. And I may sound like an uncouth heathen here, but that might just be time for a little quick toe poke and surprise the keeper.
Yeah, I think in Cassidy, here she goes again. So
attacking up the right side wing, plays it square, looking into the middle, cut off by the defense of the Blue Devils. Now the Raiders steal it back, top of the box. Set out square for Frericks off the feed from Lewis, and Frericks falls down on this less than stellar pitch right now, dealing with some early spring issues and heavy water. It is a turf that is springy to say the least, wet and unforgiving. Probably what the players are thinking at this moment is it's been moving under their cleats since the match started. Less than 13 minutes to go here in the first half. Raiders still on top, 1-0. QND out shooting QHS 7-5 by my numbers. QND with 4 shots on goal to QHS's 2. And it's a 1-0 lead for Notre Dame. Blue Devils looking to take the season series by virtue of a win here today. They came into this one 6-5-2. And they're coming off that 4-1 loss to Davenport Assumption. Knights scored 2 goals in the game's final 7 minutes and beat the Devils at Flynn. Blue Devils were outshot in that one 15-10 at home as well. To me, that's got to be the more troubling situation, I think, if you're Coach Dinkkeller.
Yeah, I mean, I think, not having Jordan and also Haley, probably has something to do with that.
Sure.
Trying to find out different ways and having, people coming off the bench to step up and sometimes you have games and growing pains like that, and hopefully that'll help you down the road in the future, especially when it comes to the postseason.
Near handball that time as Eisenberg had to get up on her, center of the pitch for the Blue Devils. Ball careens off 2 bodies, comes to Sarah Arnold on the near side. Now turned around quickly by Stolberg. Stolberg, the 5'10 senior forward for the Blue Devils, on a quick throw into the near side. Now Bunch, after it was touched out by Notre Dame, make it Coleman. Coleman will be on the run. Bunch working up in front of her. She's lingering just off to the left, looking to be sprung on a arcing run. Instead, it's going to be knocked back to midfield and a throw-in coming up for the Blue Devils. Just about 11 minutes to go here in the first half, a 1-0 lead for Notre Dame. I'm Sean Seacrest, along with Hall of Famer Mark Thomas. Thank you for spending some of your Wednesday night with us at QuincyJournal.com as we cover the crosstown rivalry. They call it a derby, I believe, in England. You have 2 teams in the same city as they have their play. Sort of bragging rights, if you will.
That is correct.
How many of those were you involved in?
A few of them. So, a few derbies in my day. Not in England, though.
Bangers and mash before or after?
I like bangers and mash, and a few.
Down to the near side corner. Raiders are dangerous on the attack. Poke free, running off. There's going to be a quick touch on a square ball from Lewis. Lewis can't get into the back post. And now springing a counterattack the other way are the Blue Devils. Blue Devils trying to run up the near side with Womack. Womack played quite a few minutes despite not getting a start tonight. Coach Dinkkeller has gone to his bench early and often. Not that deep of a bench for Coach Longo and Quincy Notre Dame. Just as far as personnel goes, they have a number of young ladies, a couple of whom aren't with the team anymore. And so his actual bench only about 5 or 6 players deep at this point. Season gets on, you have a couple of injuries, that bench shortens up a little bit, and some players that maybe weren't getting playing time at the beginning of the year mark have a chance to step up at this point in the season.
Yeah, you saw Marcola come in and do a good job.
Cross for the Blue Devils, dangerous, quick right foot touch, that's bobbled, but now left foot second attempt is just wide of goal by Morgan Fox. Fox had the right foot all to herself, tried it one time, it didn't get a true bounce. She still had time with the left foot, and she put a dangerous shot just wide of the near side post. And instead of taking any chances, Raby dove on it and sends it the other way.
Yeah, Morgan did a good job. Probably would have liked to touch that to her right foot, but it came across her body, and she shot a good low shot to Raby's right, who dove on it, made the initial save, and dove on it to make the second save. But I'm sure Coach Longo probably not real happy about how open she was and unmarked, and Coach Dinkkeller very happy kind of how the last 10 minutes have been, defensively but offensively too, getting some chances, and he'd be very happy just to keep this 1-0 and go into half and make some adjustments.
Blue Devils on the feed over the top. Notre Dame looking for the stout defense at the back. Hummert just helping out back there, not doing anything too fancy, but now there's a touch right in the middle for Womack. Womack on the right foot, looking to play it into the corner, knocked away by the defense, quick header, back toward Womack. Womack on the turn, has it bounce off her arm, no call, no intent to use her arm, so it's not a handball. Set off quickly to Eisenberg on the right side. Eisenberg plays it back across the grain. Defense trying to jump on it. Ulrich having a hard time turning and clearing it out. This will be over the end line. And our first quarter kick of the game coming up for the Blue Devils. It'll be the Blue Devil corner, left end, near side. They'll set up for what's probably going to be an in-swinger here.
Yeah, you can kind of see some of the defensive issues Notre Dame has had this year. Communication-wise between Raby and Ulrich. Ulrich thought Raby's going to get it Gravy thought Ulrich was going to get it. They kind of waited, and then Eisenberg jumped on it. And earned a corner kick here for Quincy High. This is another set piece that the Devils got to take advantage of to try to equalize this game.
Yeah, now, this is something they haven't had much of an opportunity for. Set pieces in the offensive end. You mentioned their possession and their attacking stride starting to come around in the last 10 minutes, but they've been building that from the defensive end out. Now here they get an opportunity on a set piece. Cross to the short side, loose in the box. Errant left-foot attempt, and this is going to be an opportunity for Notre Dame to just poke it away out of danger. Quickly sent back in on the near side by Carmen, who's up out of the back. Picked up by Rady, the keeper for Notre Dame. And the green-shirted Rady will trot to the far side and look to send it downfield. 1-0 Notre Dame after the quick set-piece attempt by the Blue Devils. And we've got just about 7 minutes to go here in the first half at 10th and Jackson. Raiders taking their time, working it up the near side. And the Blue Devils aren't going to give them an opportunity to spring sort of on an odd-man rush. Blue Devils are keeping 3 to 4 back, and I don't know if the Devils are just pressing forward a little bit more, or if they have decided to play a higher line with their backs.
Well, the last 10 minutes they've done a very much better job of defensively as a team, especially those back four, even the midfielders, getting help behind and staying tighter on their marks and not giving Quincy Notre Dame's forwards as much space. And then on the offensive end, they've linked a couple passes together, got some opportunities for some free kicks and created some good chances from swinging the ball from side to side to some unmarked players for Quincy High.
Graw on the restart, throws it in on the near side, looks for Obert. Obert can't hold the touch. It'll be knocked away from her out of bounds. And let's see if it was her last touch. Blue Devils setting up the throw-in on the near side sideline. 5:45 to go first half, 1-0 Notre Dame. Boy, these two teams have a chance to meet again. They'll be like the QHS tournament coming up this weekend.
Yeah, they'll probably be tired of seeing one another.
No, that can't happen. They haven't played since the first week of April. Raiders trying to knock it around with possession here at the offensive end, and it's finally just going to be cleared away that time by Madison Bruce. Bruce, the 5'4" reserve defender into the game for the Blue Devils. And this will end up with a throw-in on the near side. Or they're going to go goal kick after that last quick touch. And a chance for the Blue Devils to get downfield. Blue Devils looking for an evener in the last 5 minutes of this first half. Short kick going to be picked off by Notre Dame. Notre Dame, middle of the pitch, pick it up for Steinbrecher. Steinbrecher wants to look to the left side. Now it'll be turned up on the far side by Frericks. Frericks has to go out of bounds. Quick throw in. She wants to hit a dashing attacker on the near side post. That's Fitch. And it is going to be knocked away back to the far side. Notre Dame keeping the pressure up. Another quick throw in by Frericks. 1-2 touch inside the box. Raiders looking to add to their 1-0 lead. The cross just a little too high and a little too long as they had an unmarked attacker on the backside and Andy Graw. Graw on the second touch, now third, keeps it through the defense. Still inside the penalty box, very dangerous. Left foot shot, that one goes high and wide off the curl by Obert.
Yeah, good job there by Jordan Frericks throwing in the ball twice, and both quick and long. And first looked for Hannah Marcola and then found Cassidy Foley, who was trying to find Abby Graw there in the back, just went over her head. But a little better opportunity there for Quincy Notre Dame, so Coach Longo's got to be a little bit happy there.
How creative does Coach Longo want his offense to be? I mean, they have the two big guns up front that we've highlighted in Foley and Frericks.
I think those two, they have freedom to do essentially, I don't want to say whatever they want, but they know how to play.
Whatever they want.
I mean, it's, you could see what Jordan did there. I mean, that wasn't coached. She just got the ball instinctual and threw two great balls to Hannah Cobb and also Cassidy Foley in dangerous areas, and almost led to goals by Quincy Notre Dame. So that's not coached there. That's just instinct from a very good player.
It's just one of those things you can feel you have the defense reeling a bit. You want to keep the pressure up.
For sure, and she knew that. And I mean, you saw her do it in basketball many times and take advantage of different situations. She did the same thing there.
And the Blue Devils They went through a tough beginning to this game, trying to look for possession, and they were rocked back on their heels by that third-minute goal from Cassidy Foley. In the last 12 to 15 minutes, they've done a much better job holding their shape at the back and generating some offense, ending, or culminating, I should say, with that corner kick for an offensive set piece. But here the Raiders of Quincy Notre Dame picked up the counterattack again. Now on a left cross, it's Foley looking for the side. Frerichs, she gets knocked down in the box, and a dangerous attempt for Boyd. There wasn't much on that ball, but anytime you put it on the ground today and it's bouncing around, that can give the goaltender trouble.
Yeah, another good ball by Cassidy, looking for Jordan Frerichs fighting the ball in and a mismatch there. But Quincy has done a lot better job. Venverlo in the back has been tighter and winning some balls and playing a little safer and not giving the ball up in bad areas. So
loose at midfield, Shelby Ulrich just dumped Kuhlman as she was fighting for that head ball.
Yeah, Ulrich, a physical player, and was concerned about Kuhlman's speed, and just take kind of another professional foul there, and Quincy High with a kick at midfield.
Blue Devil fans reacting to that. Now the restart, and it comes back to the defense of Notre Dame. Notre Dame up 1-0 in the waning moments of the first half. Here at 10th and Jackson. Chance for a counterattack. On the run is Frerichs. Can she get back in time? No, last second clear by Venverlo. And that kept Frerichs from steaming in unmarked on the offensive end. And a pushing foul against Frerichs after that.
Yeah, another good look there from Cassidy Foley, switching the point of attack and hitting a diagonal ball over the top. And Stephanie Venverlo, a lot faster than you think, beat Frerichs to the ball and made a good play there and got the foul called on Frerichs. So once again, Stephanie Venverlo and Quincy High's defense playing a lot better here the last 15, 20 minutes.
Final minute of this first half, all loose at midfield, picked up by Notre Dame. They want to turn it to the outside and generate another attack up this right wing here in the first half, attacking the left wing backs for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, they've been on this side a
little early, yeah. So the Blue Devils, they're going to have to play from behind in the second half, it looks like, as these seconds tick away.
Well, if the wind stays the way it is, I mean, Quincy High will have the wind, and I'm sure if you told Coach Dinkkeller that, hey, you'll give up a goal in the first 5 minutes of the game against the wind, and would you take a 1-0 deficit, he would say yes every time. So plus they played a little bit better here, I think, the last 15, 20 minutes.
Final seconds, and the Raiders are on the attack. Foley, and time runs out as she was looking for Frerichs on the far side. After 40 minutes of soccer, it's Notre Dame up 1-0 over the Blue Devils. We'll have a look at our first half stats and set up the second half. Coming up, you're watching Blue Devils versus Raiders on QuincyJournal.com.
How do you reach the best hunting, the best fishing, and the best views? On a Yamaha Grizzly, the only ATVs with true four-wheel drive, downhill engine braking, and power steering. The Yamaha Grizzly 550 and Grizzly 700 FI EPS. And introducing the new Grizzly 450, now with electric power steering. Built to get you there and back, no matter where there is.
Check it out today at Traders QND Yamaha, 930 Main Quincy, where our name really does mean a great deal.
It's back. The Right Furniture 10 event. Recliners, $169. Dining room chairs, $25. Sealy queen sets, only $295. Black steel sofa and chair sets, slashed to only $545. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday only. Rain or shine, be there.
Why don't others offer zero-turn riders with steering wheel control and four-wheel steering? Who else puts electronic power steering in lawn and garden tractors? How many others deliver the beautiful Cub Cadet signature cut? Prove to yourself what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice. Take a test drive at your local dealer. There's no better time to get a Cub Cadet with smart financing options and incredible deals. Visit your local dealer today to see what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice.
Imagine your world without glasses or contacts. Discover what LASIK can do for you. Call IEC for your free LASIK consultation. LASIK, your vision is our focus. International Eye Care Center.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very that you adore, and love was made for me and you.
So what is the more in Doors and More?
Sunrooms! Stop the mosquitoes and their winged and crawling friends with your SunSpace 3-season sunroom from Doors & More. The telescoping 4-track window system allows you to convert your existing screen porch into a 3-season room and enjoy the outdoors regardless of the wind, rain, or even the sun. Or Doors & More can install your new sunroom on your existing porch, deck, or from the ground up. Call us for a free no-obligation quote at 22 Doors or come see our beautiful showroom on South 36th Street. Doors & More. What's the more? Windows!
How do you reach the best hunting, the best fishing, and the best views? On a Yamaha Grizzly, the only ATVs with true 4-wheel drive, downhill engine braking, and power steering. The Yamaha Grizzly 550 and Grizzly 700 FI EPS. And introducing the new Grizzly 450, now with electric power steering. Built to get you there and back, no matter where there is.
Check it out today at Traders QND Yamaha, 930 Main Quincy, where our name really does mean a great deal.
It's back. The Right Furniture 10 event. Recliners $169. Dining room chairs $25. Sealy queen sets only $295. Black steel sofa and chair sets slashed to only $545. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday only. Rain or shine, be there.
Why don't others offer zero-turn riders with steering wheel control and 4-wheel steering? Who else puts electronic power steering in lawn and garden tractors? How many others deliver the beautiful Cub Cadet signature cut? Prove to yourself what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice. Take a test drive at your local dealer. There's no better time to get a Cub Cadet with smart financing options and incredible deals. Visit your local dealer today to see what makes Cub Cadet the smartest choice.
Imagine your world without glasses or contacts. Discover what LASIK can do for you. Call IEC for your free LASIK consultation. LASIK, your vision is our focus. International Eye Care Center.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore, and love was made for me and you.
So what is the more in Doors and More?
Sunrooms! Stop the mosquitoes and their winged and crawling friends with your SunSpace 3-season sunroom from Doors & More. The telescoping 4-track window system allows you to convert your existing screen porch into a 3-season room and enjoy the outdoors regardless of the wind, rain, or even the sun. Or Doors & More can install your new sunroom on your existing porch, deck, or from the ground up. Call us for a free no-obligation quote at 22 Doors or come see our beautiful showroom on South 36th Street. Doors & More. What's the more? Windows!